basically. We're not just doing the panel. I walked the floor in costume. Last year I was Hellboy. It was DragCon. I was a Wookiee. That was my Wookiee suit. That's for those of you following me on Twitter. That was my personal use for the Wookiee suit. I'm not a fucking furry, okay? My wife loves Chewbacca, but not in that way. Just like a friend. And this time I am walking the floor on Saturday. Go ahead and try to find me. I'm going to be a fucking stormtrooper. Absolutely. A contingent for the 501st. Are there any representatives here? Yeah. They're going to meet me in my room. We're going to walk the floor, do the droid hunt. I can't wait. I put on that suit on the weekend. Check it out. When we were here first time at Comic-Con, we got a tremendous response in the autograph group, and maybe it was because Jamie jumped up on the table and went like this, because no one's ever seen Jamie jump up on the table and go like that. And he's a real good sport for coming here tonight. He's already asleep, by the way, in his secret cryonic chamber that he bought from Michael Jackson. We're there doing the autograph signing, and they're funneling people through, and this couple brings up a baby. And the baby is very young, and it's wearing this onesie that says, "Proof that nerds have sex." I know that nerds have sex. And it is a little creepy to see this on a baby, but everyone's laughing, and we're laughing, we take a picture, and someone says, "Sign the baby, sign the baby." And then all of a sudden the crowd's like, "Sign the baby!" Got to do what the crowd says. Sign the baby! Sign the baby. Everyone's laughing. And pass the baby over to Jane. The baby starts crying. So I say, don't press so hard. Which nobody thinks is funny. I have twin boys, and when they were infants, the one has always been 20–25% bigger than his brother. And even when they were infants, people were like, they're twins. They're so big. And I go, yeah, it's because we're feeding him more. It's an experiment. Nobody thinks that joke is funny. Once they can walk, they just kind of go, okay, but kids are infants. Everyone's like, oh. So I want you to picture me as a young nerd, as a young 15-year-old nerd going to Sleepy Hollow High School in upstate New York. I am spending every day after school going to the local public access station. That's right, I wasn't just an AV geek. I was an AV geek that shunned the AV geeks in high school. For the more advanced local channel 53 on Cablevision in upstate New York, working with the old motorcycle dude Tom Riplon and Chorks, his partner, we're like putting quotes up on the, it's shows hosted by the local alderman and crap like that. So I'm doing that for 2 hours after school every day because I can, and then I'm going off to my job at the library, where I'm on a page sorting books in the library, and occasionally, sneaking glances of movies in Our Bodies Ourselves in the 600 section. That 600 section was awesome. Spent so much time there. The new Our Bodies Ourselves was even better. I didn't know where the Sally Mann books were at that point. And it was the summer of, this would probably be 1982–83, and Dungeons & Dragons was really taking off. And the library said to me, Adam, we're thinking about doing a summer program of Dungeons & Dragons. Would you be interested in being the dungeon master, making the dungeon, and having local kids come and you can DM them the DVD round here at the library? And I'm like, yeah, that sounds great. So my best friend, Richard Chickaron, and I, we sit down and we make this elaborate dungeon, gelatinous cubes, the whole works. I fucking love the gelatinous cube. The villainous head cheese sliding down the hall. And almost nobody showed up. Almost nobody. It was me and Richard, this really creepy, overly tall pituitary case, who chose as his character name Rasputin. It's people who read the wrong history and think, that's cool. I want to be a rapist who's hard to kill. He wasn't that hard to kill. And this inordinately hot blonde girl named Angela McFadden. And Angela, when I say inordinately hot, I'm not just talking to the geek, me the geek who had never kissed a girl. It's not exactly true that I had never kissed a girl. I did get a funny feeling when Jessica Nelson kissed me on the lips when I was like 9 years old and didn't know what it meant. And apparently had in fact kissed me on the cheek when I was 11 years old for the big Valentine's Day card I had. But we spent so much time trying to make a date to eat pizza that she canceled and never went out with me. And Maureen Emerson had in fact pretended kind of to kiss me. But I don't consider that really my first kiss because I wasn't an active participant in it. I was more passive and fascinated by the process, but not really. Was actually gorgeous, gorgeous. She went to Stuyvesant in the city. She was troubled. She had spent some time at some kids' youth retraining center. She smoked, and she participated every week, all summer long, like 7 weeks of this. I don't remember honestly anything about my dungeon. I never found original drawings of it or anything. I do remember only two things: was that Rasputin died and Angela lived. Rasputin, he wasn't going to get out of the trap we set. We were just thinking, like, we're just waiting, chomping through various parts of the dungeon, and we made this thing that, like, no dice roll was going to escape. They were going to escape him from, and it clamped both his feet, and it drove a big spike right up through his body. Sulked away, and the summer ended, and everyone went away until about late November. I get a phone call. My mom comes into my room. She's like, "There's a phone call, and it's for you." She has a right to sound surprised because I didn't have a lot of friends in school. I had spent more time with the adults than the kids, and we spent a lot of time in my room with the Legos, really. So she says, "There's a phone call from you, and it's a girl named Angela." I'm like, "Angela? I honestly don't remember who that is at that point. It's been like 5 months." And I picked up the phone. She's like, "Hi, I called every savage on the phone. This is Angela from Dungeons and Dragons this summer." And I was like, "Hi." And she said, "I just thought you were really cool. I was wondering if you wanted to hang out." "Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good. You know, my parents are having a Christmas party tonight." Yeah, so it wasn't November. Now I'm remembering it's mid-December. "They're having a Christmas party tonight. Maybe you can come on by." And she says, "Hold on a second." She goes back and she said, "Yeah, my mom says that we can come over. We'll come over around 7. And I'm like, "Oh my God." I've never been kissed before, but I can smell something in the air. And so Angela and her mom show up. She is just as gorgeous as I remember. And my mom, God bless her, says, "Why don't you give Angela a tour of the house?" Something that none of us have ever done in our fucking lives. There is no tour of the house. But I'm like, right, the tour of the house. That's the kitchen, those are the back stairs, yeah. That's the TV room, we call it a TV room. It's the living room, the real room, yeah, never mind. And we go upstairs, that's my sister's room. This is my room. Yeah, those are my Legos. Yeah, all of them. Yeah, it's a whole city, right? Never mind. Meanwhile, my mom is talking to Angela's mom downstairs, and in my house was very kind of like a movie kind of house with a big open stairway that crawled around the first atrium of the house. It was really nifty. And we're at the top, and I can hear my mom talking to Angela's mom. So if anything's going to happen, it's going to happen really soon. And so I kind of stop and I pause, and Angela turns around and just smashes her face right into mine. And then all of a sudden I'm experiencing my first kiss, which is really bizarre, because she sticks her tongue all the way out of her mouth and begins to swab the inside of my face. And I'm like, wow, this is, fuck, wow, I don't know what to make of this. And there's part of me going, we know exactly what to make of this. We didn't ever make that of it, but we got close. It lasted another 3 weeks before. I honestly can't tell you why it didn't work, but what I can tell you is that my first real kiss came as a direct result of Dungeons and fucking Dragons. things have been changed to protect the innocent here. I expect to get an email from any one of these girls at any point saying, will you please stop telling this fucking story about me? I don't think I was as hot as you think I was back then. I choose to believe differently. All right, now I know that for those of you who saw the Woodstock that we did in Chicago on the YouTubes, I actually hope this doesn't happen, but I got a nosebleed in the middle, so here's hoping to make it from here to the end of the set without my nose pouring blood or big tissue